I will start the stage.
Let's do
Cool.
I didn't put my dress on. Hold on.
it.
For the performance.
Turn off your camera so we can have
Oh,
better.
and they are joining quick.
Oh, look at you guys. Yeah, I would say let's go. Hello, everyone. Give us a
Hello.
few minutes. Let people join, and we're gonna start answering your questions. How good or bad they are doesn't matter. We'll take it all.
Hello,
Yep.
hello,
How
hello.
many people we have a limit here? Is like 500 or something? Yeah.
No, I believe it's yeah.
Wow. Look at. Well,
I
yeah.
mean,
The challenge accepted. Um. Right. All right. Well, I mean, I think like maybe it's enough already. So close it
well,
up.
people are
Can't
still
can't
joining.
start.
Should we wait until like at least give it 2 minutes
Yeah,
so
we will give you
everyone can
guys
join?
a few minutes. I asked Twin to prepare the elevator music, but I think he come not
I mean, he
prepared.
can just sing it himself.
Here
Here we go.
I'm bad at this. Do we have like a sound stuff here? It's like no, I don't think so.
No, it
Quacks
doesn't
and
look like.
quicks. Well, it's nice to see you guys. Hopefully, you guys having a good Friday, end of the week. We're probably going to stay busy a little bit through the week, preparing some updates for all of you. My pond and pools update is almost ready. We have some exciting stuff to show. But yeah.
No.
Maybe I will start introducing you guys so that they like everybody who's new and don't know. For example, Sasha, he is
Hello, hello, guys.
our yeah, the producer and the pretty much second person in the team that is helping with all the logistics and administrative stuff. Me myself, I do a lot of stuff. My name is Alex, if you didn't know, and I'm directing this operation. So if everything is working good, I take credit. If everything doesn't work, I guess go to Sasha or Marius. But but yeah, Marius, by the way, here he is our, we call him at times Jesus, because he's so good at stuff. Like he just created the very very capable Marius. Say hello to people. You
Hello.
are allowed. So he is our the general coder or lead, and of course we have our very helpful guys. I'm looking on the side because this is where I have a chat and stuff. So hope you guys don't mind. But yeah, very helpful guys, Twin Minds and Kirara, Lala.
Mola.
So you guys can say.
Mola. uh,
Yeah.
Hello.
Um, so yeah, guys. So how we gonna do it? So we have some most like popular questions, I guess, the ones that had most emojis on them. So we will answer on those. There's no questions that you can ask that we can't answer. We usually like we're fully transparent, as you know, and very very open with how we develop stuff. So, but at times we're still getting bit by people who's not not trusting us with this. But we're working really really hard, and we want to make sure that you guys feel good and safe, especially with your investments. Kickstarter has been doing like really really well. We're very grateful, very thankful. We didn't thought that it's going to be so popular. I mean, we expected it would be popular, but you guys been super amazing. Thank you very much. What makes me feel really good about all of this is that we're feeling very confident and comfortable with what we're showing. So everything that you guys seen in trailer, we just spoke ahead of this meeting or stage, that everything that you see in the trailer is technically working, right? Like, so the reason why we can't let you play sooner is that a lot of the systems that you see are, they're not like stitched together. They're like building foundation, and so there's a lot of balancing, a lot of like stitching together. Some UI panels needs to support all of that and stuff like that. But in general, I feel like really confident about the alpha. I think like we're going to offer you guys like several hours of gameplay for sure, if not more. There's so much to do, and more than that, we will show you something today, like from the game, is like how things are working. But keep in mind, Marius just threw us under the bus. Thank you, Marius. And he updated the we're building a game on Unity, and we just decided to update because we're sprinting towards alpha, and right now entire team, while we're working on the Kickstarter updates and stuff like that, the technical team is concentrated on alpha, game design team, and everybody's working on that. And we decided just like a day ago or 2 days ago to update to a new Unity build, Unity 6. And so we had to go through compile. We literally finished compiling a build just like few minutes ago. That's why we had to delay, because Twin and Kiara was like, guys, would be nice if we can show them something in the game. And we're like, yeah, why not? But keep in mind, things can break, as
They will
usual.
break,
Is
probably.
yeah, so the notice is like they not maybe not gonna break, they gonna break. So we'll have to maybe restart, but
Well,
yeah, we'll sort of show you some few things here and there.
I think it's
Yes, sir.
also good to mention that to showcase some of the things faster, we'll be using some of the dev tools. Like, hey, we don't need to collect
And
resources in
no,
order
you're not
to
gonna have them.
build to build things, because otherwise it's gonna take forever to build any kind of structure or house. So the dev tools also kind of, because we're not spending that much time on dev tools and making sure that they're prone not to break or any of the stuff, so they will actually add to the breakiness, I would say. Yeah.
But first, let's take some questions from you guys. Sasha, if you can, maybe read some of them so I can answer, or Marius can help as well. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I can
so
start with some of the questions, but before I do that, I just want to make sure that we saw that you guys pasted like bunch of questions in the channel, and I'm not sure if we can go over every single one of them, but maybe after this AMA we'll try to also respond by hand on some of them, because obviously probably sitting for 5 hours, nobody would like that. So we'll try to respond on a bunch of them here on the call, and then we'll try to respond on them manually as well. And I believe we also spoke about having another AMA a little bit down the road. So if some of the questions won't be responded today, we will respond them for sure, just maybe a little bit later.
yeah, and we're not like again, if you guys think that there's like that question that we're avoiding, no, is like give us anything. I think like we're very like thick skinned, is like there's no question that you can ask. We just literally pick the most important, most valuable for you guys. But like if in the chat for some reason that like we're missing something, just like somehow let us know. It's like, I don't know, knocking the doors, like if you're local in Texas, Dallas. But yeah, we will do our best. Like, trust me, is like, and I promise we're not trying to remove some questions that we don't want to answer. It's like that's not a thing. But yeah, it's like if we miss something, again, we'll be happy to engage in the chats and talk more with you guys. Yeah.
So I think we can start.
Bring it
So
on.
one of the kind of easy warm-up question. There was a question asking about what is something the team is super excited for players to experience for the first time in game.
What will be the exciting? Well, Jesus, there's so many cool things that you can do. And to be honest, like Sasha's been preparing. Like I'm not prepared. It's like I read a few of the questions like really quick, but like this is full improvisation. I'll do my best utilizing my talent to keep you guys entertained. In general, what is most exciting, I think, like what we're making is like it's a different scale, as you guys can see. And like I think like just to have the ability to do things that you used to do in other games in the scale that we're introducing, uh is the exciting thing, right? Like we're looking at our favorite games like Sims, it's like some of the farming simulators, some automation stuff, and it's just like bringing all together in open world where you can almost build anywhere and anything you want. Marius is biting his nails right now, performance wise, but it's like, shut up. It's like, but that's the goal, right? It's like, so that's exciting thing. It's like you literally can build and make anything you want. And of course, we're knowing that like there's a lot of you that prefer like a cozy gameplay, and some of you like action-based gameplay. And we're like, from the ground up, our goal is to supply this like creative tools that will allow you to make your game the way you want them. It's like, so if you love building, you will lose yourself like customizing, building, like unlocking furniture, placing windows, resizing, rotating, replacing, placing things on top of each other. Like there's so much, and with all other aspects, it's to be honest, it's like at first we had this idea to marry these features together, but and we were worried is like will that work, will that, but like in general it all works really really well with lore. So all the features that you see in the game, they're not just come as like, oh, let's brainstorm what is cells or something like that. It's like, no, it's like everything have its reason. Like like you can, like it's just like a Lego bricks. It puts itself together and you're going to have a whole picture with lore and everything. So everything is supporting everything. That should be our slogan for the game. But anyways, so yeah, there's a lot of things that it really depends on what you guys enjoy. But I think like we have like some exciting new things that you probably not even like tried in other games. But in general, it's just all together. Yeah. Hopefully
Awesome,
that
awesome,
answers it.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yes, and I think it goes very smoothly into question about. There was a question basically. You've taken on a lot of cool new features lately, which is awesome. But with all of that added scope, I'm curious how you're planning to improve estimating timelines going forward. Like, what's changing to help things to keep on track and not receiving end of scope creep? So basically, because we have a
Sure.
bunch of yeah,
Got it.
you got it.
Yeah, so some of you guys, to sum it up real quick, worry that like there's so much that we're adding to the game that will it be developed forever? Well, first let's start with like pools and ponds, right? Like so we unlocked that goal yesterday, and I reached Marius like what Marius went the day before yesterday, and I was like,
He
hey,
started
can we show
pressurizing
something?
me. He started pressurizing me and
Yeah,
shouting
I
at
was
me
like,
2 days
can
ago.
we show something to them? Yeah, and we already have a basic terraforming tool today, right? Like so, this morning. So basically, but in general, the question is like that we introducing like some different, even though we don't introduce too much of the new stuff, I would say, during our Kickstarter, but with stuff that we're going to introduce that is significant, like for example, underwater exploration. That's something that we should unlock next if we all like doing well. So that will come after the main promises, right? Like, so we would concentrate still on the main core of the game, but that is what we are unlocking is we're unlocking our commitment to add the systems to the game. So that should not affect our initial promises as like alpha is going to start in September and all that kind of stuff. So no, we want you guys to start playing as soon as possible because you will help us with the balance, with your feedback and things like that. So any new features that are going to come to the game and which is significant and crazy, they're going to come as a bonus to the game, not as like, oh, we now have to delay the game and introduce that. The great thing, and Marius is always like telling me that as well, is like we building kind of like an engine in engine, right? Like so even though it's Unity 6, but the way we're structuring the game is that we can introduce new features. I mean, that's not that's not fair to say, but like we can introduce continuously new features easily because what we did is like initially our plan was to create a sandbox, the open world sandbox, where you guys can come in and do things as I explained with a previous question, and this allows us to expand the world. Like we're plan to expand the world, we plan to introduce new islands, we can easily introduce new NPCs. They all will use the gears that we created already for what we have. So yeah, any new systems is like yeah, our game is not very binary like most of the other games that like you just follow the story, you know, like, and if we want to inject something we have to kind of like cut it and start injecting. No, it's just huge sandbox and we're gonna
Yeah,
add features to that. So yeah.
we yeah we are like we have probably 30 different systems in the game, and all of these different systems are working. You know, this also goes back to the question about feature creep and being able being able to commit to all these promises. The thing is that most of the big things are already built and working in the game, and so we feel pretty confident about adding a few more things in here and there. But yeah, we got a lot of different systems. Like we have a generalized weather system, a construction system, customization system. All the co-op and multiplayer stuff is really working already behind the scenes, although it needs a bit of polish. So there's a lot going on,
Working
already
ish.
working. Yeah. So with it's a matter of bringing it all together in a cohesive, game in a sense where right now, it's the whole story and the player having quests to do and unlocking things gradually. All this stuff needs to be glued together. But the really difficult stuff is done. Um, so this is why we feel pretty confident about, delivering a good outcome because we know what we've done so far and what remains to be done. And
But at the
honestly,
same time,
yeah,
please go ahead. Yeah. No, go ahead.
yeah, just these things like the Kickstarter unlocks the stretch goals. Some of them may look, pretty significant, but because of the way we've built stuff already, you can quickly bring those features in as well. It's not like the terraforming thing. Literally prototype something in like 3 hours, and if I spend another a day or two on it, we'll have a polished system.
That's why we call him Jesus.
Well, let's not get too religious here. So, what, Marius? There's a funny question that is gonna ruin your day, or maybe make it. The ugly panda 89 asking, "What made you choose Unity over Unreal Engine?" And that's when he catches the flames. And I was like, uh,
No, it's fine.
so
It's yeah, it's some of it is history because we have a long history, building Universum,
experience.
finishing
Mhm.
finishing that game. So we sat with a whole bunch of people that could just build stuff in Unity without thinking. Whereas, and we talked about this several times, switching to Unreal. It would be possible. Yeah, sure. There's nothing wrong with either engine if you know what you're doing. Um, but it was basically came down to past experience and just wanting to hit the ground running quickly and without thinking. The speed at which we can produce things without having to learn anything from scratch in Unity is pretty fast.
And on
So
top of it is,
um,
I think, important point here is that there's nothing that we're missing, right? Like, so like our skills and experience is at the level where we're like, well, I mean, we know everything that we're doing with Unity is like there's almost no reason for us to go to Unreal, and everything that you guys see, and that you we hope you like it. But in general, is like, yeah, there's no really benefits from us to switch to Unreal unless they will come in and offer us a good chunk of money or something. But
yeah.
it's like,
Well,
but
also,
no, it's like, yeah,
yeah. The thing is, yes, because Unity is so accessible, it sometimes get a bit of a bad reputation because just any dude in his bedroom or girl or lady, can just go and build something, and then the quality is not always that great, I suppose. So Unity can get a bit of a bad reputation, but we actually have real, veteran software engineers working on this team. We can get out of Unity things that the majority of people probably can't. So we're
yeah, we
pretty
have
happy
over
with
10
what.
years of experience. Some of us is like, again, this is our second game. The first one was the Universim that Marius mentioned, and we learned so much. As I usually say, we have tons of blisters on our butt. It's like, so yeah, it's like this is our kind of the game that there's a lot of passion and love goes in it. It's like, so we're not really making it just straight meta is like what gonna make us money. Is like money is great, we can implement things and develop more grand stuff, and we all have dreams. But in the reality that this games is, and Twin and Kiara actually was worrying me. She's like, you should shut up about your passion because you're not going to stop. It's like this meeting, this call is going to go for so long because like we literally can talk about how much we like invested in this for days. So yeah, I guess, yeah, the quick question is, the quick answer is like, yeah, there's like absolutely no limitation with this engine we're having and we're developing on, compared to Unreal, for example. And there's so much more we're going to add that's going to make world more beautiful and nice. Yeah, I think we can go to the next question
Yep.
probably. Yeah, so
I think
no,
we can
no more.
have a few more questions more on like general technical things, and then we can move to specifics of the game, like animals, farming, automation, all that stuff, because I do see a lot of people would love to know all of it. So yeah, just a few more technical questions, and then we can move on. So one of the questions that constantly pops up is dedicated servers, multiplayer, how it's gonna work. So Marius, maybe you can tell people a little bit how it works right now, what it's basically how it's set up right now, and the overall plans?
Right. So, so we are implementing the networking for multiple topologies, right? And so all the code being done can support a dedicated server approach, or it can support a player host approach, or it can support your typical relay server approach as well, right? And at the moment, our integration is with Photon Fusion, right? And this means that we're just going for the relay server approach right now, but it's not a plain relay server. It's actually a game state server. So it's kind of like a mix between, you know, a dedicated server and not having one, if that makes sense, because the actual game state runs on the server, right? And what it means is we can avoid for now the cost of spinning up dedicated servers, right? But if it's needed to be done, we can quickly get that done as well. So we see where this takes us, right? From the player's point of view, um, the, even without the dedicated servers, we're working on giving you this sort of persistent world, capabilities. Because what if someone has a game, if like Steve has a game world that he's playing and he's playing right
Hi to
now,
Steve.
Bob can come and join his game, of course,
Hi,
without the
Bob.
dedicated server. And this progression of the world, it's saved locally or to a cloud somewhere. So whenever someone in that group wants to just continue on that world, you just really need to, get that persistent state back up and continue where you left off. All of this can be done without the real actual dedicated server, right? But if a player actually wants to say, well, I just want to pay for and run an actual dedicated server 24/7 where my friends can jump in and out or something, this is something we can do, but we're not planning to do it in this minute. It depends what people want. But
Yeah.
with or without dedicated servers, you will be able to have persistent worlds where you can jump in and out and progress that world with your friends, right?
Yeah, and the cool
So,
thing about that relay, I think, Mario, is that we can say that, like, if your friend is hosting and for some reason he crashes or quits the game accidentally, the game continues to run, right? Like, so that the hosting is being transferred seamlessly to another
right,
person in
because
the
there
group.
is still a server. That's the point. There's a state server, a relay server, and so even though you're not running, Autonomica itself on a server, you still have that persistence going. So someone can join, someone can quit, and all that kind of stuff, and
Right.
it won't fall over. It's not a player host situation. We're avoiding that completely. It's never a case where you host the game, your friends join, but if you quit, the whole thing breaks. So that's not at all what we're doing. Um, but the details about exactly what topologies we're going for, and even with what backends we integrate with, because it might actually switch, that's still being worked out. But we know the stuff that people are worried about, like being able to join persistent worlds, and that's guaranteed to work regardless of what topologies we go for in the background. That makes sense.
Yes, sounds good. Okay, so what else, Sasha? Let's go.
Awesome. Then let's slowly start getting into the game stuff. So there was a question from Linen Hunter. Are there any plans to develop multiplayer
Those
activities
guys,
such as
I love
mini
you.
games like the beach volleyball we saw in the trailer, or races with vehicles or mounts? So basically, mini games for multiplayer or any shared activities for multiplayer besides building.
Yeah, we love you guys. Thank you very much. This is our very first social influencers that are running updates about the game. So thank you guys very much. But to answer the question is that, yeah, there are going to be some mini games. We're not really heavy on them right now. We would love to know like how much you guys love this kind of stuff. But for buggies and things like that, the fun thing with buggies is like you're gonna have like different kind of vehicles in the game. And I was even thinking is like we can potentially design and give you guys like the racing gates where we can register who's driving through them when. And basically the beauty about our game is like so that we can, instead of like designing some of these mini games, would rather give you guys tools to make to design this mini game with your friends, like specifying the tracks, specifying the rules, and placing these gates and allowing them to race through them where the system counts it for you, and you can make it trampolines or whatever they call, like out of the roofs elements, like use a construction to build a track and things like that. So it more that way, where we kind of like thinking of like we're just going to give you tools and you guys create your own kind of like mini games with your friends, or maybe even like if we have dedicated servers, maybe somebody can run the like Trackmania kind of map or something like that, where it's like pre-designed by someone and you can just join and use the cars to drive through the gates, or jet skis that we can potentially unlock maybe with our underwater world. But yeah, so mini games, we're going to have them with fishing, volleyball, and some of the other little elements for sure. And maybe we can add Snake to the arcade in the town or something. And Marius probably can. It's done. It's like yeah. So I hope that answers it. Yeah.
Awesome. And now, can you tell a little bit more about multiplayer aspects? Just basically how the PvP, PvE stuff plays, how time traveling works. Because there were like a few questions, and I'm sorry guys that I'm not reading a specific question because there was like a bunch of questions within the same topic. So I'm kind of aggregating them together just to throw it
Sure.
out there.
Buckle up. But anyway, so the co-op we just explained, the Marius went in the details on like technical sides, but for now we're looking for probably around like 8 players co-op. Like technically we can allow more, Marius, right? Like so we can allow as well. I wouldn't use, like, he often use word like you can have anything you want, and then he regrets that. But so basically, yeah, like for now we're aiming for 8 players. We can expand that, we can shrink that, but it's more the question of the game design instead of like the technical capabilities. We just don't want you to have like crazy chaos in the game, so it's more tightened. But if we're talking about PvP elements, like on those maps, well, the map is the same. I will explain to you how it works in a second. But there you will experience other groups of players. So technically there will be on the map many more players doing stuff. And how it works. So I know there's a lot of people there's like a PvP is like, I hate PvP. Is like, that's fine. So the PvP elements will not invade your games, right? Like it's opposite. So you will have to make conscious decision to join server with PvP. And how is that going to work? So basically we're building pretty cool system where there's a time travel in the game. And so there's a lore link to that. So you crash on the island, and you can customize your player, your character. You can choose like any kind of like haircuts, different skin tones, different shapes, and stuff like that. So there's no main character. Like you are the main character. And actually, the funny thing that how we develop it, that some of the game elements will adjust to you. So in the plane, you were with your dad, but like depends on your settings of your character, like skin tones and ethnicities and stuff like that. Your dad actually will look kind of like you know, like so that he looks like your dad. Otherwise, like there will be a different lore story where we question that. But so but basically, yeah, when you crash an island, you will slowly understand that this is not your typical survival empty island. It's actually the world where you crashed, and you actually interfered with this beautiful world that we create based on solar punk aesthetics, where everything is automated. That's why we chose this name, Autonomica. It's not really about like to put emphasis on its automation satisfactory game. No, the Autonomica is the world that we're creating, where everything is automated. It's like solar punk inspired. Everything is moves. People enjoy their lives because this technology is serving them, you know. And when you crash land on the island, you interfere with that, and then you will feel obligated a little bit to help communities to recover, and then you kind of will love that. But that's kind of lore and the NPC stuff. So this is how you discover them. You're going to help some of them. So the cool thing also, that the map is dynamic in the sense, like in the town, like for example, if we take a Ricardo is a baker, But when you will meet him, you will know that there's some problems with his supplies, and you will see his bakery in shambles, but you will need to deliver him some supplies, and you will actually see how his business is growing. Like it will change visually. So it will like the store will repair, your relationship with Ricardo will change. I believe we will have some NPC questions probably a little bit later, but you will help also the town to recover. Like the main fountain will change. There's a grand antennas and things like that. And then you will be offered to help the town and the world even more. And that's where the future jumps come. So because the game is alternate universe, so it's not really like the Earth. It's not like the world we're living. It's very familiar, but we want it to be like very unique. It's like so. And you will be offered to jump to the future of that world. And when that happens, we're developing a system where, like, if, for example, what was that? Steve and someone else. Steve is
Bob.
like playing the game, and the Bob. So Steve is on one team playing with Marius and Sasha, and I'm in a different team playing with Kirara and Twin, and we building like on a separate like servers kind of, right? Like, so we're building our farms. We chose to build in the desert. Steve and Bob chose to build in birch tree forest or something. And when we jump in the future on a server with PvP or PvE, our farms that we build together, like they build themselves, we build ourselves, will be aged and transferred to that map later to the multiplayer. So we can go and see what Bob and Steve build in there. So, but it will be like in collapsed states. But the game is extraction mode, so everything is extraction, and it will have. I'm sorry if I'm overheating you guys with information, but so basically, it sounds very complicated and hard, but in reality, it's actually smart design, and it will work like really nicely. So because we already can save your structures, so we want to allow you guys to share structures even later. So you can, whatever you're building, you can share the code with someone, and that structure will appear in their world. And this actually happens with a multiplayer. So when you jump to PvP, PvE, to the future time frame, we age everything that you build. Some of it is going to be collapsed, and your goal is to explore that world full of danger or not, because it will have peaceful exploration in the future as well, and loot some valuables. There will be some like futuristic, like more advanced animals, some crops that you can bring back, so something more unusual, because like everything that you see in the game is more traditional right now, but we plan to start introducing a little bit different species that is from the future that you can bring back. And it works like most of the extraction games. So basically you will have a limited backpack. You jump to the future with the stuff that you very need. If you die there, is like, or not, you lose that stuff, or you bring it back to your farms. I hope that covers that. Yeah, it's like, it's
Yeah,
pretty
I
cool. It's
think
like,
I
yeah.
think we can just talk also a little bit about the phantoms and going into it, because there is like that PvE aspect comes in, and the difficulty that you
Difficulties is
can
important
kind
to
of
say. Like,
select. And I would say also maybe how the peaceful mode by itself is going to work, because for PvP it's kind of just take your Escape from Tarkov kind of style. It's in a similar, or like any extraction
wholesome. Like,
any
yeah.
extraction looting game, and you kind of know the gameplay how it goes. But with peaceful mode, if you can explain a little bit more about peaceful mode and maybe
Yes.
about phantoms as well, because then we can link
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
some other
Mhm.
phantoms questions.
Yeah. With the, we'll call it like peaceful time frame, right? Like, so basically, we have a time capsule. When you walk in the time capsule, I wish we had like more videos. So cool. So you walked into the time capsule, and you have a user interface that will have a time frame. So it's like imagine like a brush, right? Like UI, and you have like different time frames. And when you mouse over them, it will show you the state of that time. So it will show you that this place or this time is dangerous. So there is a PvP and PvE, and there's like a 3 red skulls. That's mean our phantoms are very aggressive there. So only the brave ones should go there. Then you can like scroll down a little bit and find a place where it says it's just peaceful area, right? Like, so that's mean there's no aggressive players. There's no phantoms, but there's exploration mechanics, which is similar to PvP PvE. We also will pre-build some structures that you need to explore. So basically, you jump with your backpack with the survival equipment, and you will explore that world. And there is a little bit of challenge because otherwise it will not be fun. But we'll see. It's like we will work with you guys very closely on all the settings. But in order to come back, there will be openings that you have to go to certain areas to get back to your current time with the stuff that you're bringing. So with the peaceful mode, yeah, it will be heavily on exploration, and you probably will even meet some NPCs. We were even thinking about like aging some NPCs. Is like, but I will shut up for now. Is like again, it's like no promises, nothing. But like for now, this is how it's gonna work. Yeah.
So then, slowly we're gonna go into question about phantoms. Will we encounter phantoms in our regular time zone, basically, like in our regular world?
Yeah,
Yeah.
which brings us back to the settings. So settings of the game, we will see is like we will experiment with that. Like we know some of you guys are very sensitive with like, oh, like leave me alone, kind of like very cozy players, and we respect that a lot. So we will make sure that you guys are not offended in your game or something. It's like, can I use that word? It's like I don't know. But so yeah, nobody is gonna distract you if you don't want to. So at the beginning of the game, think of like Minecraft wall creation, where you can select just a peaceful or easy or medium or hard, but most of it probably will be on that multiplayer aspect. But in the regular game, we'll have some areas, the dense forest, that you can walk around or go through them, and the phantoms are going to be there. So maybe if you guys want, I can go a little bit in the phantoms, how they work and stuff like
Yes.
that. Sasha, like,
Yes.
yeah.
That's exactly because again, like there is questions about phantoms, and would be good if you can explain them and how they can influence your regular gameplay, like outside of PvP, PvE, basically jumping into time zones like regular game.
Right. They're very like that system is still like one of our system is kind of like a little bit underdeveloped like compared to all other systems because they are complex with behaviors. So phantoms like we're in general being inspired by Japanese horror folklore like yokais and stuff like that. So but basically each phantom they will have a different size of them, and each phantom will offer something unique. Like they have like unique attack abilities and even like ambient like skills or something. So we want them like when you walk in the forest, and if you hear your entire sound got muffled or something, you will know that there's like echo lurk is around, and you will be like, oh, like maybe I shouldn't go, or this is what you hunting for. And so there's so much to go about the phantoms. I think like maybe we can leave a little bit more to talk about them. So we have an update that is going to be released on Kickstarter soon, but phantoms are really cool. So basically you will have everything that you want to tame in the game, you do it through the protovac. That's like a device that we have. If you guys think of Slime Rancher, so you break everything on a atom, like small atoms, and it gets in this nanotainers, and that's where you how you capture phantoms. Like you weaken them with the Hydra blasters. There's a lot of information, and then you can capture them with that weapon. It's not really weapon, more like a tool. It's kind of like think of like Pokemons, right? Like each phantom will have their abilities, and then when you catch them, they go in your inventory, and you can use them. And we're even thinking about right now. I'm working with our other developer. He's named Chaba, really cool guy. He's like helping us a lot with some beautiful stuff. And we're thinking is like that protovac will allow you to break things on to atoms and contain them in the nanotainers, right? Like so, even thinking to extent of like allowing that doing with a world trees. So you come towards the tree, you can suck it in with like break it in small atoms, and then bring it back to your farm and decorate it. So basically, allowing you to collect things in the world through this nanotainers, and they come in different sizes and shapes and stuff like that. So. I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something, Sasha. Is like that you know
Yeah,
that
I think
I'm
one
missing. It's
portion
like
is like how they will be used, and is it something that is like you require to go and capture them, or this is like basically as you said, well, you
no,
can
as
just
we said, it's a
avoid it and
sandbox. Yeah, yeah. It's kind of like again, think a lot about like a Minecraft, how that game plays, right? Like, so you can crank it up and make it like very challenging and hard, or you can just like keep it peaceful. And there will be a creative mode as well that we're gonna just like let you guys play with all the tools if you just want to build, just want to experience the world in its all full beauty. But for players that want to have challenge, yeah, you just like crank it up to the on the hard, and phantoms will have like different kind of levels. There's like small ones that like they're just like masses, you shoot them a lot, and there's like medium ones and large ones, and you capture them to spice up your jumps, future jumps. So basically we're stitching it in the sense that because we wanted to keep the gameplay actual diverse, so you want to capture phantoms to capture more phantoms. That's how the leveling system works, right? Like, so it's not going to affect that you want to capture phantoms to make your crops grow better or something like that. You know, it's like because like again, with the respect of different gameplay styles, if that makes sense.
Hmm. Awesome.
Hopefully,
And
yeah.
since we kind of touched that question. So can you talk a little bit more about what we just literally released as a last update with different stations, how it
What
works,
if
and
stations? Yeah, that's a great. Yeah, it's like I think after this question, what I would say is like I'm gonna fire up the game so that you guys can see some of it. Again, there will be no phantoms probably because like they're super early, but like some basics we can show, and I will talk about it more because I think like many of you will appreciate that. Hopefully,
yes, there was a
but
few. Mhm.
yeah, but regarding how the gameplay evolves and how things unlock, so we came up with this pretty cool idea of game the research stations, right? So think of like if you play some kind of like my game designer said, don't say that word, but I'm gonna say it's like paradox games, right? Like so we're in the middle. There'd be like it's like stop it. It's like so where you can develop your uh like civilization and taking but by taking different passives. And what we did, we actually made that physical. So you place the physical, like for example botanical station, and through that station you can unlock new features, new models, new props, new machines, and new things. And we dividing it, one will be linked to automation, one link will be linked to husbandry with animals, one will be linked to the farming and stuff like that. Regarding automation, I saw there was like one good question is how much automation is involved in my game. The answer is the same. It's up to you, right? Like if you want just like have small cozy farm with no automation, uh, well, blame yourself for that, right? Like so, like what I mean by that is you'll have to work a lot and hard because like automation is there to make your things more grand, or even like something that like creating plots is like you can use Ho and create plots, or you guys saw the mechs and we're thinking on using mechs to give you guys a little bit more like grand tools where you can like create bigger and faster, but with general stuff is like yes, you can have like super cozy farms, like nothing is forcing you. You actually choose how you want to do it. If you want to water your plants by hand, or if you want to use our like pretty cool cloud generators inspired by, if you guys noticed that yogurt solar pond commercial, we saw it, we're just like we should have that, you know. It's like and it's like so cool. But yes, so it's up to you. Again, we respect your gameplay styles a lot, and that's one of the main challenges that we have when we design it. We want to make sure that things are not really dependent that much when this kind of parallels are developing when you're playing your game, if
Awesome.
that makes sense.
And as we're getting into automation, there was a
I feel like I'm
question.
on interrogation. Is like give me more.
You have to answer everything. So
Sorry, guys. I'm again as a very energetic and very passionate. I can rumble quick and a lot. It's like a modem, you know, it's like one way. I hope that information clicks with you. If you don't understand it, like we'll be happy to describe it a little bit more. Yeah,
yep.
go ahead.
So
Yes.
can you explain a little bit more how automation is going to be working with farming by giving like some real examples? For example, the cow gives a product, it being delivered to XYZ, and cetera, and cetera. So, and also to what extent you can go with automation, because there was a person who was asking like, hey, can you, for example, to set it up to be running 24/7, or for example, give it a specific task, like I need 50 resources, and if I have everything preconditioned ready, I can just punch it in the main computer. It's going to give me 50 of X resource, and then it's going to shut down by itself. So like how much into that automation
Oh, you
you
guys
can
can
go
see
in.
it. Sorry. It's like we were talking about not to show farm folks, not to because I've been streaming this for some reason. Yeah, but anyways, I'm gonna bring it here. So imagine this doesn't says farm folks, but anyways, like actually, let me create a new game. This actually more funny. But the question about automation and how deep it goes, I think we're gonna compete with like the strongest. Well, no, we're not gonna compete with like for example, it's not as crazy as um Factorio, right? Like there's a lot of like calculations and the whole shtick that is like I'm more like on user accessibility side where like you don't have to have like pen and paper and calculator to play your game, which is like I know it's a little bit of downside for some very crazy overclockers right there that is like min maxers. Can they pause it somehow? It's like yeah, it's well because it's like open world multiplayer you can pause it, but so automation can get very intense. So you can get reach I don't know if I can say that, but like satisfactory level. That's actually works. Nice name. Satisfactory level of automation, right? Like so, we're gonna have like lifts. We're gonna have splitters. We're gonna have some tools that will allow you to how things work and how it integrated with farming. Actually, that it's very cool and interesting because like we're I don't know. It's like some people did it with organic products. I think like I don't know. It's like we're, on this scale, we're doing it for the first time. But basically, we're going to have harvesters. Those are little robots that fly and pick up some products that, like for example, cow is going to produce milk. So harvester is going to go pick it up and bring it to sampler printer that's going to output milk in like greater quantities. But if you cook and something by hand, and that's like actually like TwinMind is thanks to you, that was one of your ideas, like why don't you guys bring more value to the stuff that we produce by hand, and we're just doing just that, right? Like so like if the npc requires you 200 of cakes, those cakes will not have a star. But if you cook your cake by hand for the players who doesn't want to have automation, so that cake will have a little bit more value, and it's kind of like countermeasure it. But automation, yeah, you can, I will show you some things. I hope it's not going to break. Again, is like huge disclaimer, guys. We updated this game this morning to a new version because we have so much in development on a daily basis. Our developers introduce new stuff. And if any of you familiar with game development, when you introduce new stuff, the old stuff break often, you know, so we'll see how much of it working, but you guys will have to forgive us if it doesn't. But rest assured, like we're on top of all of this. So right now it's just the dev build where we don't have any kind of missions or anything, but most of the systems are here. I can like call them with like my dev tools and things like that. So but in general, yeah, it's like this is how I'm going to give myself all the tools that I have, as you can see. Yeah, so basically you can chop trees and that's it. The game ends. It's like that. Thank you
Close.
very much for joining us today. Is like yeah, but yeah, mining resources will be like traditional stuff. Is like yeah, you can chop them with something like this tool, which is axe. Will that work? It's like yeah, that works. So basically, you get some of the resources, and then this is how the world works. The cool thing about this world is that it's all dynamic. What that means is like nothing, like so far we don't have any loading screens. The only loading screen we're probably going to have is for multiplayer Marius or some instances, because there's some secrets that we're probably not going to share yet. But yeah, it's like in certain cases there will be snappy quick loading screens, but in general the whole world is very open. And what we're doing is like it like again is like we have all these tools that you can see that the time of the day can change with no loading screens. We're not forcing you to sleep. You will need to sleep, but you'll choose when you want to do it. So you'll have some like and you can see that even like when I go to the nighttime, I'm gonna pause it so that it's not progressing. You can see the fireflies appearing. Like even when you run, they're not appearing during the day. And the funny thing that it all reacts to something like, for example, wind strength. So I can increase the wind and you can see that it's all affected, like the trees losing leaves and all that kind of stuff. So we're kind of like autistic about all of this. Like we love this little details and want to give you guys all of this so that you can lose yourself in this world. Like look at the sunsets. It's like, again, it's like no loading screens, nothing. We actually have moon phases. I can't show it here, I think, but there will be like full moon, half moon, half of the moon. It's like I don't know what are they called, but yeah. And the cool thing about all of this that the weather actually works the same way. So if we say that there's it can instantly switch to fall, right? Like so here you go. In the game it will be like very smooth, but you can see even like characters' breath is moisturized. Is like pardon my wronglish, but yeah. So um, you want to change backpacks, discovered a new one, put it on, no problems. So very, very easy and stuff like that. And then if we go to the snow, what cool thing about snow, it also work. Sorry, I'm going so fast. I hope you guys are catching up. But I just don't want it to be so quick. I don't need that. It's like I'm not a human. It's like it's like, but yeah. So when the snow will start, it will slowly actually will accumulate on the ground, as you can see. You know, it's like so. I actually can probably switch to winter. Yeah, and the trees will lose all of that. But like, yeah, again, it's like it will accumulate so much snow, and it's like pretty cool shaders as well. It's like that you can see. And well, it's too sunny, you would say. It's like the winter should be like a little bit more foggy, you know. It's like, and there'll be should be more stronger clouds, and it all works with just like you know, it's like again very easy. It's all working like different weather conditions. It all will be designed for you. It's like everything that they're showing you is like really like our tools, you know. It's like so. Um, yeah, what else is cool here? It's like there's so much. It's like
Well,
construction
I
wise,
think you can yeah, do the construction stuff.
yeah, she's got like invisible axe, but yeah, let's remove it. So construction wise, yeah, you can build anywhere in the world, right? Like almost anywhere. It's like you're not going to build in the town, but yeah, it's like building. And sorry, it's a little bit blinky for some reason since we updated. It just like blinks a bit. But yeah, of course you will need the resources, and yeah, as usual, you build things with foundation. It's snappy. Again, it's like we also working on a little bit like guides for you guys so that when you build things you can see it like, oh, it's like 2 foundations away from my foundation, to help you a little bit with your plannings and stuff like that. So but yeah, let's see. Oh, I'm not gave myself everything. Yeah, so I'm going to give myself everything. So there will be a construction menu where you go and can pick your stuff. And let's say you again, this is all co-op and multiplayer. You can build it with your friends. Like somebody can chop trees, somebody can build stuff, and like all planning. The cool thing that we're super proud of our dynamic window system. And what is that? Is like you can place them anywhere you want. You can like rotate them. You can like resize them, and voila, and it just works. Like and crazier thing is that it same thing works with the doors. Like you can just like place the door, and like we create this colliders, so like adjusting them on the fly, and it all works like just like really seamlessly, you know. Like and again, it doesn't need to be 1 floor, it doesn't need to be 2 floors, it doesn't need to be 10 floors. It's like the sky is a limit. Like you guys can make whatever you want, and if you want,
Well,
like for
I
example,
think
like
it would be better
yeah,
to say your PC is the limit, because technically every
that's
single
actually a good
asset will.
disclaimer. Is like, yeah, don't blame us if you build some crazy stuff. Is like our goal is to give you guys as much as possible, and then you decide where to stop with that. You know, it's like, and it's all kind of like working pretty nicely together. Yeah, so there's like and the great thing about all of this is like it's all customizable. So you can change like a colors, you can change like different tones, different materials. Right now, we don't have that tool finished, Marius. But again, it's like everything that you see, you can change the main color of the material. You can change the paint. You can change how much paint is covering the material. Like you see how this gets the grunge. Grunge? Can I say that? It's like, yeah, but like basically, yeah, different kind of materials. You can then apply it. How do I apply it? I don't remember. It's like,
Example, dev mode, it's basically
Is it in the build? But basically, yeah, I can sample anything. It's like, so if I play here, I can like, oh, I need like, I need another spiral stairs. Not many games have them. Middle mouse button. Here you go. I have it. You know, like, and I'm reaching is like, okay, so I need this floor now. I'm sampling it, and I can build it. And again, it's like, as you can see, we allow this clipping and stuff so that you guys can do whatever you want. Who are we to tell you how you should or should not place your items? You know, that's how we approach it. And yeah, it's like, if you want some furniture also customizable. Pardon that froggy chair. We're going to talk about him maybe more. It's like, yeah, everything on the bed, you'll be able to change like patterns and colors. So you can just like select what you want. It's like, oh, I want a second bed somewhere here. I'm going to sleep on the street. You know, it's like, so you can place it there. It's a little floaty, but that's fine. So what else is cool here? Fences.
No, I think would be good to showcase like the variety in terms of like walls and all that stuff, that you can also change the heights of it pretty easily and adjust it.
Yes. Okay.
So it's not like specific thing, like specific
Yes.
height.
Yeah. The heights is like, you can have this kind of wall, you can have like this kind of wall, you can have this kind of wall. Then you can change the style of them. You can like build that 2 meter wall, 3 meter wall, 1 meter walls. You can change it to different materials as well. Yes, Sasha?
Yeah, I think it would be important to know that during alpha, we would actually need you guys like as much feedback on building as possible, because we try to add every single element that can work and allow you to build basically whatever you want, pretty much. But obviously there is so many of us and there is so many of you. So if you will find something that is like, oh, I wish I actually could do this or this, and you can show it to us, there is a very high chance that we're just going to add it as well, because like I said, we want to give you as much freedom as possible with building. And whatever, at least we thought, hey, as of right now, all the parts allow you to build whatever you want. But again, for you, it might be not enough. So please let us know.
Yeah, and it's all like right now is like, it's not really obviously like, we didn't want to show it, but Twin and Kiara was like, guys, it's like, let's show it, let's show them like how things work. It's all pretty cool. It's like, so yeah, it's like some of it again is like, it's not balanced, it's not like brought together yet, so it's like there's no economics and things like that. But yeah, we also introduced this pretty cool thing, it called draggables. So you'll be able to drag things like this is what we want to do with pools, right? Like, so you place a pool and you can like drag it and make it how you want it. It's like and yeah, again, there's like, there's so many materials. It's like we even ourselves are getting lost with all of this. It's like, so you can choose like different crazy stuff.
I think what would be also cool, because he already placed as a light, and actually having a pretty cool snapping tools to adjust them and make sure that they're on the same height.
Yeah, let's see if that will not
There is
broken,
also
so
auto sorting should be in, that it should be working fine.
Yeah, designed by Marius. I probably will not know how to how to use it, Marius. Yeah, it's like, so yeah. Let's build a really quick.
You need a few walls.
And I will show you a little bit of automation as well, how things are integrated with this. So if I choose like this, yeah, you see this one is not snapping, Marius, for some reason.
Yeah, that one's broken. That's been broken for a week. So the wall lamps next week. So you can't.
It was so snazzy. Well,
yeah, sorry.
Yeah, but
that's dead.
guys, imagine this, right? Like, so imagine how it works. So basically, the fun thing is the ceiling broken as well. I don't know. Like, let's see. But this is such a magical thing that is unfortunately not working. But basically, what it is when you choose certain elements, construction. So you see how it's pole. So when you mouse over to the wall, it becomes the wall lamp. And then if you mouse over, yeah, it doesn't work on ceiling. To the ceiling, it becomes the ceiling lamp without you needing to change like to the different lamp, if that makes sense.
Alex,
but unfortunately,
just try hold control quickly while you do it, while you hover the lamp.
So let's see.
Just do it again. Hold control down, and then yeah.
Oh, it's actually work. I wanted to say that will earn their trust a little bit more. It's like that. It's like we're not just like.
Yeah, sorry. It's the grid snapping that's not working. The free placement's working. So just hold control. It should be fine.
Yeah, what control does is like so basically we have this rules that to help you, that you see how everything is snapping to things, but if I hold control, it's free now. So now you can place it how you want, and we don't interfere like with your decisions on this. Like you see, I can even like place the wall like this, and system allows you to do that because we know you want that. It's like so, but yeah, the lamps is yeah. Can I delete that? Oh, Slava implemented this like long, yeah,
Deletion.
and yeah, long deletions, which is good. But now they're not going to snap, Marius, right?
They're
Like,
not
so
going
that's
to.
the whole.
Sorry, yeah,
Yeah.
they won't. So
Yeah,
it's a
yeah. But
fail
there's a
anyway.
tool that basically the tool allows you, if I place lamps like this, right, and they're obviously not distributed equally, there's a tool where you can press the button and they will be distributed equally across all of this. Just to, again, to help you. And it's all working. It actually looks pretty nice at night. If we
During
go to
nighttime.
like, it's actually not
Oh.
looking nice
Bit
now.
overpowered.
It's all broke.
Imagine
Overpowered.
they working nice, guys. Is like, but
No,
it
they
seems
should
like
be.
it's almost like there's like a.
Yeah,
Well, that's probably because there's too many. No, it's just overkill right now. I
they're
think it's maybe Unity
overexposed at the
6.
moment. Yeah, we need to tune
Yeah,
them
but
again.
like
So
we actually say sometimes that like it feels like playing at night is actually feels like almost better than during the day, and we wanted to make it like very comfortable for you guys to run around at night. But yeah, so and with automation, obviously, so where did
Oh,
it all migrate here? Yeah,
I think
or
there's
there's more.
also a pretty cool system with fences that
Oh yeah, I can show
it's not
that.
strict to like one straight line, and you can actually be very creative with it.
Yeah, actually, fences like you need to build enclosures for your plants and for your animals. But yeah, so it's very like very nice and smooth. Like when you're building it, you can just like run it and create enclosure for your animals. So it works like that.
If you see, you can rotate it pretty flexibly, and you don't have to place one by one. So you can place it in
You
chunks.
actually can place one by one if you want to. Yeah, there's like a that you can choose. Yeah, sometimes it's just like not snapping really well because it's a relatively new system. I showed it like not that long ago. But yeah, so and the cool thing about this is like again, it's like you're like, oh, I forgot the gates, and Marius come over with Chaba. Is like, worry not. Is like you can place them after. Can you? This one actually probably didn't place. My show is ruined, but yeah, this one is yeah working just fine. And then is again, it's like you can. There will be an online store, not like real money store, but like online store where you go and can buy some decorations for your farm and place them where you want some of this like fountains and things like that. Again, it's like we're not building something like really like nice here. I'm just more showing you guys all the tools that we so far have because like some questionable, doubtful people are calling and misinforming all our fans that like there's nothing, there's nothing. It's like it's like no man, it's like we have so freaking much. We're working so hard, and it hurts us so much when we're being judged like that. It's crazy. It's like it's like that misinformation just kills us for some reason. Is like we're like a magnet of bad things. I don't know why, but like we're under like which is probably I know why we got the name and name change and all of that, but like the skepticism, man, is just like woof. Is like it's like okay, but yeah, this is automation. So as you can see, it's also like pretty cool and nice. Like we even like showing like additional angles for our min maxers that want to know how things work, and you can like build your conveyor lines that can collect some eggs and deliver it to the different machine and things like that. So machines are yeah pretty cool. We come up with this pretty cool effect that actually shows you the guts of the machine when it's being built. So cool. But yeah, so you can connect them. The thing is like they're not balanced, so I can't like they're not going to
You
mine
can
things,
select
but
any random
I
resource.
can select the resource from the dev tools. Yeah, for example, so what modules? Will modules have no modules? Doesn't have anything. Organic. Well, let's say milk. There's a cows. It's probably not going to work with electricity, but you also guys need electricity for your houses. So your house will have a central hub, which is called HomePod. So when you place that HomePod, it will show you information about your house. So every electrical item that you have in your house will use electricity. And in order to generate electricity, you can use our windmills or you can use our solar panels. Marius, this is your time to shine. Yeah, he worked on them so much, and it's like they're all like super snappable now, and it's like you can change the heights of this. They also will be customizable. Like you can change the color of your solar panel. But if I want to snap, like you see how this, Marius, will that magic work? So if I have it like this, and they bring it here, so it snaps. But also, it's like there's a way to, yeah, like you can choose to have a leg or not have a leg. I don't know. There's so much in it that I even like not going to go in it. It's like Marius will feel bad about it. Like, you can use this as your quick travel tool, so you can just like come to any kind of conveyor lines, and you can
Unmuting
even
because I
like
have a
build them if you
question.
don't. Yes, please.
Can you do floating building? Or is there
Not yet. I mean, you
restrictions?
technically can build something and then destroy under it if you're in creative mode, and it will be floating. But if you want some kind of like floating foundations, I mean, we can think about it. It's probably not hard to add, but yeah. Does the wiring work? Wiring was glitchy last time we had it. Oh, no, not like that. Um,
Thank you.
yeah, floating foundations, not yet.
Just
So
probably
what else?
activate the electricity just through the debug quickly, so you don't have to.
Excuse our sound. Can you guys hear sounds as well or no from the game? Yeah, well,
Yes.
some of our developers, they're not audio engineers. So you have to excuse their like sound choices that can make your ears bleed. We apologize for that, guys. Um, but basically, yeah, I don't remember. It's like, what do we connect them to? Some of our tools are changing. Yeah, if I can, yeah, wires are not rendering for some reason. But anyways, yeah. So machines, they should output. I don't remember. It's like I need to show it in
Well,
our
if you go back
Unity
to the
editor.
machine,
See if
I know which one works. Batteries or something. Go back to that machine.
batteries work.
Well, if you go back
What
there,
do
I'll
you
show
want?
you. Now on the machine
Back.
menu,
Oh,
Now
like
go to
here.
machine menu itself.
Oh, machine. Oh, like I just need to override it here. Yeah.
yeah, go to
Ignore
no,
storage. Disable.
no, not that.
Hmm,
No, no. Go to the machine. You select something else. You know what I mean?
let's see. This
Select
one.
not organic. Go to the
Oh,
top.
it's not even like
No, not that
chosen
one.
one.
The top menu. Go to components,
Hmm.
and then go to motor. That was working yesterday. Oh, there you go. It's broken.
Yeah, there's some kind of warning. But
Well,
imagine that it's working. Is like, yeah, it's moving. So there's actually, yeah, there's a splitters, mergers. You also can build there. Your farm will need irrigation, so basically you can water things by hand. So you go to the any water resource source, you fill up your water canister, and then when you we just tested like before the call, guys. The hole we can't show it's breaking. At the end, I will try to use it again. Maybe it's working, but it was like the last time I tried to make a plot, the game kind of broke. So I will leave it for later. But basically, you make a crops plots, and then yeah, you water them. You have a mobile watering gun that you can pretty much take with you anywhere, and you have this water canister that you can have in your inventory and have much water. Or you build some automation stuff again that you can drive water. Where are they? Yeah. So you can place like water pumps.
but it also will need
Oh, the
electricity.
sound again. Jesus. Yeah, and then the water pipes are very, very raw, like in implementation. But yeah, you run water pipes to the machines, to your watering stations. And the cool thing about them that you can actually run them under the ground. So because again, if you guys want to hide them and have like very cozy farm, you can do that by still utilize it. So this one I think like will let you run it under the ground. So if we place that and different tool, so it goes here, and now we can snap. It's actually a shader is not showing. Yeah, Marius, I think it was showing before. But
I didn't work
anyways,
on this.
so
So
yeah, I think like Unity 6 probably like we need to adjust it. But yeah, you will see, and you can run your pipes to the areas where you need them under the ground. And there's like a water barrels where you can collect your water supply, and then there's watering mechanisms. This one doesn't even have. This one is very sketchy because like we just like implemented that at my break. This electricity stuff, Jesus, man. Like transformers. It's like, but yeah, so you can have the zones, you can trigger them to go out. I don't remember, they just implemented this, how that goes out.
It
Trigger,
was
do you know,
being
Sash?
set up by default every 30 seconds or every minute. So it
It will
had
go
like
out.
default timing. I'm not sure if it's go out
Yeah,
on this branch where Marius made the build from. It was on a different branch because it was still in work. So, but yeah.
yeah, but basically you guys can create the zones that you want to water, and all your crops are going to get watered by this cloud generator. So there is a tool, character black box teleport enclosures. Oh,
I
this
can
one I
ask
think
on.
start. No. This is the one. Here you go.
There you go.
Yeah, and it will generate clouds, and it will start raining down to water your plants. So this one will be time based, or like you will have some controls so that you can water your plants the way you want. But yeah, so it's pretty cool. That one is like really nice tool. There's so much, to be honest. Is like, again, it's like this is a feeder, uh, and it there's like, you run water and food to your animals. So this is how you feed your enclosure. Brace for another electronics down. But yeah, so animals are, it's like, I don't know if I can find some animals. So what else? The
Do we have?
vehicles are.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
I
want to
just
show
don't remember
vehicles?
if we. Yeah. I think vehicles
Yeah,
are good.
some vehicles, there's like, yeah, it can, again, it's like they become in like different kind of color variations and stuff like that. I actually parked it really badly. It's like a Formula One. They don't have backup yet. It's like you can't reverse. But and it using the yeah, it's, again, guys, keep in mind that like we've been working on this for like a relatively short amount of time. It's like, so um and
Yeah.
some of it is what you see is like Kickstarter is supposed to be a pitch of what we want to do. Is like, but in reality, it's like we have so much already. So that's why we're feeling like relatively comfortable with our alpha promise. I even have a prototype horse. Yes, please.
Oh yeah.
Oh, oh, sorry about that, guys. It's like,
Well, the
yeah, yeah.
picture is tearing a little bit. Yes, obviously because of the streaming itself.
And another thing is like, yeah, is like, I just like, I needed to update. I have like horrible CPU that is like, I think this transformer is not going to leave us alone. But anyways, I think like maybe we show like, is there anything, Sasha, you think that we should show, and or um what else is like, I think like terraforming is, Marius implemented it
You can show some
partially.
terraforming. This is something that we literally recently unlocked as a stretch goal, and as was Marius mentioning, he spent on it just a little bit of time. So again, this is a prototype. So there is still more ironing needs to be done.
Maybe I
But
can
I
show
think
also
it
the
can be.
world really quick. Is like, so this is the island where you're going to crash. This is Alpha Island. Like, you're probably going to be able to play on this island right now, and it's pretty big. Is like, as you can see, if I get back to my character, is like, to get from place to place, it's pretty significant amount of distance. But the good thing about all of this, like all those islands, there are in development, but like this is the
And
main island where the town is going to be as well. So it's
I
pretty
think
massive. Mhm.
to also know, just for people who are not aware, you can see that some of the land is barren, and this is just because for the performance reasons. Obviously, within a game, you won't be able to like just fly above and see the barren land. So yeah. Just
Yeah,
if you
and
don't
it's
see
because I'm
trees,
flying so fast, it's loading.
exactly.
Yeah. It's like it again. It's like there's so much to do performance wise as well. So, but yeah, we have like the swamp areas where you can like fly. Again, keep in mind you can build anywhere here as well. So there'll be resources if you want like be in the swamp. It's going to be probably a little bit more like foggy, and you can have your swamp builds and stuff like that. So we probably can jump to the have like quick teleports to the
You
desert
can maybe
maybe.
also show that system very quickly about the buildings and how they can be transferred between players. Obviously through the debug, that loading just some structures.
That will take some time. I mean, we can show it maybe next time or something. But like, I think in general, I just want to show, is like how big. Like again, it's like this is us, and then if we zoom out, the world is pretty good size. You can like again, there's like, and we want you guys to be able to build anywhere you want. So a lot of it is under construction still. Yeah, you have this pretty nice birch tree forest with this like nice ponds. There'll be a lot of like points of interest that we develop by hand. I'm not going to go under the ground, but you probably can see some of it has been used in trailer. Well, I mean, can I load? I don't think I can load here some of my construction wires. Can I? I don't. Oh, I actually
Well,
can.
You should.
it looks like the frame rate is tanked, so something's up. Maybe
Solar
they're
punk.
spamming or something. It's just running at
I
like
think
one
because he
frame a
was
second.
flying.
Well, I
Maybe it
saved my
was.
room that I built. Is like I think this can load, maybe, unless it's not gonna load.
But
No,
this like
it's
the
not gonna.
overall idea is that's how players will be able to share their structure. They will be able to go into like specific menu and save their structure, and then um, through a similar tool, just any other player can load that structure. Right, Alex? If the code is shared.
Yeah. You guys will be able to save and share your structures with others.
Yeah, Alex, I believe the FPS tanked like pretty badly for
Yeah, I don't know
whatever
if it's the
reason.
video
Oh,
or
is it?
your game, but it's
Yeah,
like
it's
you
either
No,
can't see
my
video
what.
game
or
is totally fine. Let me see if I can
yeah. I
like
think maybe it's just Discord
reduce
video. Yeah, maybe try to.
just some. What do you guys want? Oh yeah, because I've been streaming 60. Let's do 720. Will that be a little bit better? Because like, can you guys see?
I mean, it was. Yeah, that's way better, way smoother. Yeah,
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 because my game is very smooth, no problems at all. I
yeah.
think Marius was like it's like don't do more. It's like it's they're fun, but no, it's like
Well, I just actually panicked because I thought the game was running at one frame a second, but it turned out it was the video.
Yeah, sorry guys.
no,
There
no,
is some technical difficulties, but I'm pretty sure
no.
with.
It's running very well for me. It's like it's like I'm at 4K monitor right now, so yeah. Let's get out of this bike. So and yeah, for phantoms again, it's like you guys gonna have this hydra blasters, we call them. They are the watery gun, so that you can. They're very liquidy, and the cool thing that we want to allow each player to use their own colors. Like you basically will discover color palettes and use them. There's like there's different ones that you can use. Oh, electricity is still catching up with us. So yeah, I don't know. It's like there's a
Terraforming
lot. Like
try on them.
yeah, for terraforming, what Marius actually did that he's very proud of in a few hours.
I'm
So
not
I will
proud.
go to this empty area. You're not proud yet? It's like yeah,
No, this was
but
literally a 3-hour prototype just because we want to show that the stuff that we're
electricity brace
promising,
for impact.
the
Can I
things that
just
we're
like hold on?
promising on
Let me
stretch
just
goals,
remove
that
the
we're
sound.
actually doing them basically. So
Yeah. We just wanted to show you guys that like I'm excited about this, but sure, please. Sure. Yeah. I mean, but yeah, basically you can dig in and then you can smooth out things like with your
yeah,
buttons,
if
right?
you
Like
keep if you're doing it right, and you dig starting at a certain point, it should give you a flat bottom unless you resample the
yeah, I
reference.
can sample it with the
It's
right mouse button.
completely,
You
it's
said right?
completely no, yeah, right mouse will sample like a there. You're going flat, so then you can just smooth it out, and then yeah,
Yeah. Here we go.
don't
Here's
smooth
my
it out like
pond.
that. Yeah, if you don't smooth it out,
And then I
like,
can smooth out a little bit, yeah, so that it's like smooth, nice and smooth.
and then you
Um,
bring the water pump
Making
along, fill it
ponds
up.
with a shotgun was like, yeah. And then what we did
Fill it
next, I
up.
think, like we put it some pool floor here with twin. Like, but that's the whole thing. Is like, again, with ponds is like you guys can do whatever you want right now. We're just like having silly stuff. But yeah, in general, yeah, it's like if you want to make even like this dynamic pool or something out of this, it's like, I don't know, you can.
The only thing you can't show is actually the water filling it, which isn't there.
Yeah, not right now. So I'm gonna put the froggy chair there. Here you go. And then we're gonna make you allow you manually fill it for hours and hours and hours, maybe. And when you do that, the elevator music will start playing, and you just like, yeah. And you can see that it's actually getting like wet. Like we have like this pretty cool shader that actually making things a little bit like wet and stuff like that. So right, it's like watch the grass grow. Um, yeah, guys, I think like again,
Try
there's
plots
more stuff we
and
can
break it.
show. Yeah, plots are
So at the
probably
end,
gonna break. So let me jump back to the default beach area. I also wanted to show mechs. We have working mechs, but like it's not in the build, unfortunately. But yeah, maybe plots. I think plots are not gonna work. Are they? Oh, they actually no, they're not
no,
making
they're
it.
No.
broken.
See? Yeah,
Broken.
you guys should have like imagine like nice plot coming out and things like that. And then with your seeds, it's actually they working. They just not visible. I think. Yeah,
Yeah.
with your seeds, you can plant your seeds,
Yeah, you
and
made
I
only
can
two,
even
so and water them.
yeah you can water them. Like UI is again it's temporal. Like it's not like implemented fully yet, but then they grow with like that. So you'll see their growth that they
And
grow.
there is multiple stages. Yep.
Yeah. Again, they will grow slowly. I'm just like forcing them with my tools. Like I can probably plant. There is yeah, I can plant more, but the problem is like we don't see them. But
I'll
yeah,
fix the stuff on Monday. So since I'm making notes
yeah.
of all
So I
this.
guess
Yeah, I think we can
there's-
show you because maybe it's spoiler alert, but we are planning another AMA a little bit closer to the end of the Kickstarter campaign, and we can show
maybe we
you
do
with
it
all
on
of those
Twitch or
things
something.
that I fixed. Because yeah, like literally,
Right,
Kiara
carrot
and Twin
here.
just mentioned us like, hey, people want to see the real gameplay. Can you guys show it? And we're like, yeah, let's just quickly make a build, and it was like very quick without actually double checking that
It
every
literally
single
didn't work.
I am
Yeah, like
persuasive.
we had to
yeah.
delay it. It's like
Yeah,
it was not working. It's like
so that's why like next time we will be prepared a little bit better, and we'll make sure that all of those
we
issues are
never better
resolved.
prepared, Sasha. Don't lie. It's
Well,
like,
we'll
we
do our
probably not
best.
gonna.
We'll do our best. Yeah, but because it was working, but then new things being introduced, it breaks some old things, so we kind of have to go back and forth constantly between many systems. Yeah,
Yeah,
awesome,
yeah.
awesome. So I think that's cool. There was a question asked, I believe, multiple times about all the Kickstarter goals, and if anything, if we can't reach them on Kickstarter, is it something that we're still planning to implement? Like, what is the plan?
We'll see. It's like it depends on our success, right? Like so if we have like funding for everything, like we also want to introduce the new modern town and stuff like that. So we'll see. Is like again, it really depends on like as I said, like everything that we're building here is built with scalability in mind, you know, like so that like we can continuously expand this world. We can easily introduce new islands, we can populate them with new trees, with new crops, with new NPCs. It's like really up to you guys. It's like if we're successful, if we can have fuel to continue developing all of this, is like yeah, it's like very like again, there's like it's a grand amount of work is done here. It's just like crazy. It's like I'm pretty sure we're missing so much. Like again, it's like but we still obviously have a lot to do. But in general,
Like
yeah, it's like
the main town, the city is basically finished. Where all the where you visit all the
Hmm.
shops and stuff. But you can't show that right now because there's no way to load it into the build. So that's one thing.
yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
and well, NPCs is like also is like NPC will need some like significant amount of work, but yeah, in
And
general is like the engine to support of all of this is there, as you can see. Yeah.
And since you, Alex, mentioned NPCs, there were quite a few questions about them. One was actually requested by multiple people. Can we have more attractive guys? Because we have
No, you guys can't. No, of course you can't. It's like we're. I'm gonna stop sharing if you guys don't mind. So basically, yeah, I mean, we're developing more stuff. Is like NPCs is like we kind of like had to improve them a little bit on our level of details for them. But yeah, you guys gonna have more attractive guys for sure. Like some chubby, bulky guys with muscle, and like there's a plumberjack that is like pretty cool. We're working on NPCs a lot right now. Our game designers are like very heavy grinding on the lore and story, and you guys will have a lot of that information. So we're thinking
And
about like expanding it that you can invite them to live with you potentially. Is like again that don't Myers probably gonna hate me for that, but like maybe we will let you have all of that kind of stuff like that. It's like very meaningful. It's pretty cool, you know. It's like, and we're doing rivalry where like we're designing the systems where when you play the game, like you will discover that in one game, like for example, Angelica and Nico were kind of like trying to establish relationship, like Nico in love with Angelica, but in other game they'll have like it a little bit different, so there will not be that much linked, and so we trying to create this little bit of like diversity of their stories, you know, like, and they all kind of like interconnected. You can Oh, the great thing about them is like, and the reason why it takes us a little bit longer is that NPCs are developed similar to how we develop our character for the playable character. So basically, they will change their clothes during different weathers. They can change haircuts. They can change like different kind of stuff. So they're going to be like very very alive. And the cool thing that I just recently shared was like you guys seen this islands, and this islands will be populated with certain structures like that you can mortgage or rent. So there will be like some kind of like economy where if you don't want to like build that much and just all about action, some of the places you can actually rent pre-built structures or even like apartments in the towns. So which is like for us that's like we have everything ready, so you rent an apartment but you rent all the walls and stuff like that, and you can even only populate it with furniture the way you want, you know. It's like so you don't have to worry about the general structure of your building, which is like pretty cool.
you kind of touched it a little bit, and we'll come back to NPCs with some more questions. But since you touched the renting stuff and money stuff, there was questions people asking about. So
If we
everything
want more
within a
money,
game, everything within a game
like
is going to
sure.
be revolved around like money. Basically, you making products to sell it to receive money, then you can spend it. So either are going to be like maybe banks or like what are the places where you can spend money?
Yeah, well, I mean, basically, you're gonna have online store, digital store. That's where you buy your furniture, and furniture is not. You're not gonna have all of it together. So basically, in town, think of like GTA games. So if you need a new haircut, so we want you guys to discover that. Like you're gonna go to the town, discover new NPC, and get your haircuts there. And you're not gonna be like it's not like in the menu. You're gonna have like limited amount of them, but then through the game you can discover new clothing. Like we don't want to like there's not going to be probably ability for you to change the color of the shirt, but there will be ability for you to get any color shirt of that style in the store. So it's kind of like linked together. So same with the shoes, like there will be seasons, probably like seasonable discounts and stuff like that. So everything that we developed is highly customizable. Like we can change colors, patterns, and everything, and we want to populate the world with that. So you go to the store, there's like sofas that you can unlock. So they unlock to your general quick access digital store where you, when you build it, kind of like think of Sims, you can just like place it and customize the color. So the clothing is not really like you will be have ability to customize it to extent, but we won't influence you for discoverability, and sometimes to come over the shop and find that kind of t-shirt in that kind of color that you love and you can acquire it. But in the reality, possibility is unlimited for that t-shirt, you know. It's like it's just going to be appearing, disappearing seasonally, and things like that. Is
Awesome.
that answers it, or I
Uh,
got carried away to something?
no. I think it partially gets it. Is there going to be a system with like loans and banks? Like, can you,
Oh, the
if
loans
you
and banks.
have no money,
Um,
so you can loan some?
Yes,
And
yes. Nothing like really major done on that side. It's like we're actually working on that right now. But yeah, so basically, we want you to spawn with some money that, again, if you want to rent the home or rent the building, you can have it. It's like, and then you can borrow a little bit more, and it was like monthly rent and things like that. Again, you can choose not to do that and just like work hard and chop trees and build your own building and stuff like that out of resources that is available in nature for you, or you can choose to cut corners and purchase that stuff and only be worried about like farming, for example, or automation and stuff like that.
awesome. And for the NPCs, if we can jump back a little bit. So how dynamic the lines of NPCs, how they're going to respond to you will be, and can you romance like every single NPC, or there is limitations? And also gifts to NPCs that you will be providing. Are they going to be using it? So, for example, if you're going to give them a different clothing, will they wear that clothing? And yeah.
That is very heavy in development as well. Is like, so if we go one by one, the question you're asking like 20 questions. I have so many answers in the head so that I forget. Um, yeah, NPCs, gifts. Yes, there will be gifts. Can they wear them? We can make them wear them. So far we didn't plan to make them wear, but I saw that kind of request a few times. For us, it's probably like very easy. Is like, I would say, is like how it would work is you probably achieve certain level of relationship with them, and you can ask them to wear something for you. I think that will be pretty cool. um and what was other questions, Sasha?
So,
Like, if I'm...
can you romance or basically build relationship with any NPC, or only a selected
Oh,
ones?
yeah. The challenge that we're having is like we want to have like town very populated with different people. I know my designer, he always argue with me. He's like, no, let's only have like that. If anyone you see, you can kind of like have a relationship with them. It's like in general with NPCs, the answer is yes, but we want to populate towns with more people. But those people might be just like masses, it's like, so. But like general actors and general NPCs are all relationable. Huh? Can I
Hmm.
say that? It's like, yeah, it's like, so you can have a relationship with all of them. It's like, yeah.
Okay. And what about the stories that they're going to have? How complex or deep those stories are going to be? And when you're building the relationship, as we were showcasing, there was like some cutscenes, like wedding cutscene, right? Or them sitting and on a dining, like somewhere.
Mhm.
Is this something that, as you're building a relationship, we're gonna have those cutscenes playing here and there? Depends on like your relationship, depending on an action, and yeah, how deep you can go
Yes.
with any of
We
that
we
stuff.
probably will. Yeah, it's like, again, it's like NPC system is like heavy in under production. So you guys feel free sharing your opinions with us, like the wishes and stuff like that. Regarding how deep, like we don't know yet. We're working on that. So how, like, I don't know. It's like everything that we do is pretty deep. So but like it's just a little bit hard to answer right now. So NPCs will roll out like slowly to the game as we develop. Yeah, it's like with more stories, because what we plan to do is we're going to let you guys play alpha as soon as possible, but not the whole world will be available for you. And the way we develop the games, like we had an experience of doing that, we're going to update your games monthly. I think like one of the questions were like, if I get alpha on Kickstarter, will I remain my game till the release? Yes, like you will be very actively playing and checking new updates with us, and we plan on releasing those probably like at least monthly, probably more, or sometimes if its feature is big, like semi-monthly. And you guys will remain your access. So if you get an alpha, like all like forever, right? So when you start playing it, like you forever will play the game. Like at times we will probably put some maintenance for the game where you will lose access for like a certain amount of time, but then we will relaunch it and you can come back and start playing. So it's just like, again, for multiplayer aspects of it and stuff like that. But in general, yeah, you will love it. It's like we had so many fans with our previous games that like actively engaging with us. We're updating things. Everything that you will experience is not final. So we will adjust it until we all like it.
Hmm. Awesome. And since you kind of touched that, like updating on a monthly basis, so can you give a little bit more details on like overall plans? So we launching on September, right? And we will be checking initially for what, like, are we going to be updating for the bugs immediately? How fast we will be iterating over it?
Well, I mean, it depends. It's like, yes, it's like the aim for September, like again, is like, as Twin knows, is like everything that we promise sometimes slips through cracks. But we again, it's like, that's not because like we're lazy or irresponsible. That's because like you guys saw the scale, right? Like, and sometimes things are affecting other things that, like, hey, yesterday it was working, today is not working. And the great thing that we have like very talented developer teams that can fix or introduce stuff within hours. It's like, so yeah, you shouldn't expect game totally bug free on the launch for sure. It's like, but it is, at the end of the day, is our reputation. It's like we will do our best to keep it as nice as possible, as clean as possible, as bug free as possible, and we'll be like an pharmacy open 24/7 for you guys. So whenever something happens, if we need to quickly fix it and patch it so that it's stopping you from playing it, you can expect that from us for sure.
Awesome. And I think
Um,
the next question is going to be a little bit for Mario's. So is the progress is going to be wiped, for example, because there was quite a few people asking like, hey, so as you're updating the game and we're transitioning from alpha to beta stage, and as we're building stuff, is the progress going to be wiped every single
No,
time, or that was
no.
fast?
I would say, guys, just really quick. I think like it's been a while, so I would say it's like we can start the wrapping up slowly.
Yeah.
Let's take one or two more questions. Hope you guys don't mind. I don't want like to drag you. I know some of you want to know more and more and more, and like some of you at work. So we will kind of like keep it at this. Marius will answer. I will probably answer one more question or something, and then we can leave it for the next stream, so where we can show you guys more. Yeah,
Yep.
Marius,
That sounds good.
you probably
Marius.
forgot what you asked.
About the
It's just
wiping of the progress.
Yeah, I did answer. I said the answer, it
Yeah.
won't wipe.
So
It's no.
I think there is only one thing, and that's something that we still will discuss with you guys and also within a team. Since we do have a multiplayer, and multiplayer is more on competitive part with PvP, and we want to have obviously you to feel a sense of progression. So as you go and loot within an area, if you successfully extract it, you receive some
Oh, I
XP
can add
points, and you
something really cool to
yeah.
PvP. PvP is gonna have like, what's cool about it. So you're gonna have accelerators that you can attach to a character. So the whole thing is like why you explore the world. So basically, there's accelerators that can give you little buffs, but everyone can use them. So like it depends on which one you will find. There's like 3 spots, so you can make your character sprint a little bit faster or sprint a little bit longer. You can get a little bit stronger armor. You can get stronger health and things like that. But it's up to you how you can manage them. So some of them, most of them are going to be like usables. So basically, if it's armor, it just cracks and breaks. It's like, and if it's sprint, it actually being used and exposed and all that kind of stuff. So there's pretty cool elements for PvP are on the way. Is like, for sure. Is like the extraction mode will be like pretty cool.
Mhm.
Um,
Uh,
and
and
yeah.
Yeah, I'll just return a little bit back to the progression. So for progression for PvP, upon the actual release of the game, maybe is going to be reset just to make sure that it's like an even playing
Probably
field
highly
with
likely.
all the new players as well. So they don't end up where it's like you already seasoned veteran
And
with like
good
bunch of
point.
things, and then new players coming in and they just being constantly dominated, and it just gonna feel unfair. So we'd like to make sure that it feels fair for everyone. So yeah, upon the actual release, there might be a wipe for the PvP aspects.
Yeah, there's a lot of like leveling elements in the game. So you will have your leveling for farming. You will have a level. You're gonna have like even like personal level with potato, whatever. So like it's like your expertise with stuff. So there's like a lot of like RPG elements where your character is gonna be leveling up. But in you'll have your character when you create them, they live outside of the world. Like some of their stats live outside of the world, like in your main menu. And when you join your friends in their games, they will see your levels. Is like, but you will like, we're designing it so that you're not going to have like advantage where he's just starting to plant potato and you're already coming with some kind of like mystery avocado from future or something like that. It's like, so no, it's like some of this, the game session will be linked to the game session, right? Mind blown. So, but your character progressions and some levels and customizations can be brought to the different games. So you can join different game and with your customization that you unlocked in a different game, so that like everybody can have fun with that. So
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
I would say, yeah,
I think
let's wrap
it's
it up. It's like,
correct.
let's go.
So
It's like it took so
I
long.
think
It's like, yeah.
yeah. No, I think we're all good. So we did quite a few questions, and we showcased you guys like quite a few scenes from the gameplay. So if you do have more questions, please make sure to drop them in the Kickstarter with questions special channel, and we'll make sure to answer more questions during our next AMA. And we're most likely gonna also go ahead and during like this, like today and next week, we'll be slowly answering questions that we did not answer yet. So yeah, so make sure to drop those questions in this
And we
chat.
appreciate you guys so much. Thank you very much for making this possible. Again, there's like with the Kickstarter, it's like it's not that we can't make the game without it. It's with the Kickstarter, the was additional funding, we can just make it like populate it with more stuff. We can like produce more furniture elements, more customization elements, just get extra artists and things like that. But everything that you guys see is again, we had like amazing, tremendous head start, as you can see. Is like, and again, is like I was talking to guys, is like, well, during the Kickstarter, you don't really need to like show the full working game, even though like we have it, but like that's a pitch. But like again, with us is like we're so much in a good condition that like we feel very, very comfortable that we're not making some silly promises that just like we're not like, again, we are after our reputation. It's not about like just let's grab the money. It's like there were times when through our operations we make money and we're kind of like economically okay. So but with this is like yeah, we're more like we want to establish ourselves and make sure that like what we're doing everybody can enjoy like for long times going forward. So again, thank you very much, guys. We love you so much. We will remain transparent. We'll remain 100% transparent and keep you guys updated on a daily basis. I think not many devs are doing that, and we're committed to that. And that's we chose to do that not because it's easy, but because it's hard. That famous quote. But and we hope you guys will continuously enjoy and appreciate our work. It means a lot to us. Thank you very much.
Thank you guys so much. Really appreciate it, and thank you for joining today.
Bye-bye. Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, guys. How do we quit? How do we get out of here?
We will have
Thanks,
to stay here
guys. Yeah,
forever.
I'll just gonna hang up. Yeah. See you later. Bye-bye.